Hello and welcome back to Allthemods 8. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. And what I mean by that is I really need to work on processing all of the stuff that we're getting from the quarry and other random things. We have so much raw everything. I also mentioned that I like to do things different than I normally do. And one thing I always do is get this guy. That said, I do have it in another series, and I'm using this and something else in another series. But what I mean is, I actually want to put this guy away. I'm going to try to move on from the atomic disassembler, at least for a little while. If it doesn't work out, I'll bring it back. I'm not sitting here going to say, I'm never going to use it again, because there are definitely chances. Although I shouldn't put it away yet. I'm not quite sure why I did that. What I want to do is trade up for something else that you may have seen over here. The mining gadget. Now, the mining gadget is actually a very powerful thing. So what I want to do is actually grind out and get this guy. I had no idea it was this expensive to make these. I made a couple of them. I was like, oh no. It's a really good thing. We did actually get the quarry going, and I got a decent amount of it. And that's actually after converting a few of them into nuggets already. I'm not actually worried about it, and we're still going to do it. I just didn't realize it was going to be that expensive. Okay, so now that I've gotten pretty much everything, let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what that means. So if we go, first of all, with mining gadgets, you need to have the modification table in order to change anything with your mining gadget. So we're just going to place this, right there. Then you put this guy in. Now I got all of the good upgrades. And what I mean is I don't really need freezing. I didn't get freezing. I didn't get the magnet because we already have a magnet, and that just increases the cost. Yeah. But I didn't get the battery because there's no point. But I do have efficiency 5, upgrade to 3x3, which is a choice. It's not guaranteed. You choose it. I have fortune and silk touch, and I can choose which one I want. Void junk, which it says it adds filtering, so we're going to see what that means, because a lot of times I'm going to want to keep like the stone and everything we get, so we'll see how that works exactly. Light placer, I just really like. It's not necessary, but it's really good for mining and stuff. And even though I'm not going to mine, it's really cool just for lights in general. Even if I replace those lights later, at least while I'm digging, the lights are popping up and I don't have to worry about spawns if I move too far away or something. And of course, the range is good too. So my per block cost right now is 360, which sounds like a lot. But with our little buddies here, and this wireless charging thing, it's really not a big deal at all. So if we go back to our table, take out our little gun thing, and we're going to put away this guy. You know, if we're going to do something, we've got to do it all the way, right? We can't go halfway with this. We can't. Now, in order to do this the right way, we need to have the thermal evaporation. Let me show you the process we're going to go to. And yeah, it is very long and convoluted. But follow with me. Follow along to this heavily complicated process that is completely unnecessary. What we're going to do is we're going to get the thermal evaporation set up here. Now, there's an advanced version that has solar panels in it. Yeah, we're going to make those too. So what this thing does is it produces brine. Now, brine is going to be used, in our case, to make salt. So the way do we do this, okay? We're going to get the chemical crystallizer from gaseous brine, and we're going to turn it into salt, which is perfect, because I'll show you why in a minute. In order to get gaseous brine, we need to decondentrate the brine into gaseous brine. We get brine from this guy, which is what we're going to be building. And this guy has a bigger, better version, which we're going to get in order to get a bunch of brine a lot faster. Do we need to get it that fast? I don't know, but we're going to get it that fast anyway. So that's kind of what we're doing. Now, the salt is actually used for our chemical injection chamber here. We can use salt to get the hydrogen chloride that we want to do what we need to do for these. Now, remember, most of these raw things here are going to be able to kind of fit in here. And I just see this now, elemental craft. Does this turn into, okay, 3 of them turns into 4. And then one of these in the chemical injection chamber, 5 of them turns into 12. Okay, so it's not actually that much better. All right, I can live without that. That's fine. But anyway, so we're going to use this guy here in the chemical injection chamber for most of our raw substances here, like the copper, for example, and 3 of them turns into 8. So that's not bad. As long as we can get the salt fast enough, we're going to be fine to do just that. And then this guy will then go into here. The oxygen will be created elsewhere, and we'll keep increasing and adding more machines until we get enough oxygen to make this process as fast as we possibly can, which we will then crush into dirty copper dust or dirty dust of whatever ore it is we're doing. And then we will enrich into regular dust. And then we will either keep it or smelt it. And I'm not sure which version I'm going to go with. I'm probably going to smelt it because I think most things do require the ingot version. But there are some things that use this. So I don't know for sure. Like signalum and stuff. It could be beneficial to at least leave some. I might try to figure out how to do that. If we can find a way to split all the dust into 2 different halves and keep half of it stashed as dust and half of it smelted into ingots, because we're increasing how much we're actually getting, and I say that as in using copper as an example, we have 8.6 thousand, but we're more than doubling this. So we're going to go all the way to 16, over 17, 18,000. We can easily make 9,000 dust and 9,000 ingots and be perfectly fine. So if I can find out how to split it half and half like that, I might work on that. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to build this complicated, heavily complicated and over-convoluted system in order to get brine, in order to turn it into a gaseous brine, in order to get salt so that we can put it into our chemical injection chamber, which is going to turn it into, basically start the process off. So, yeah. Let me finish making the advanced version. Now, this heavily advanced version actually includes 4 advanced solar generators here, which is what I'm kind of making now. So if we need 4 of these, each of these needs 4 of these. Follow with me. That's 16. Each of these needs 3 of these. Okay? You still following? That means I need a whole stack of these, and that's kind of what I'm working on now. And I think that's one of the more difficult things to get. But I have been working on getting a bunch of these guys, which I can easily put in here. Let's see what this does. Okay, we're at 25. Apparently I need to make a lot more osmium. I need to smelt up the osmium, rather. Do we already have that in dust form, or am I going to have to, like, do something else with that? Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have some of the dust now. We're not going to do the process for all of it, obviously. We don't have the machines. So we're just going to go ahead and probably, I don't know, I think the enrichment chamber is the best one step for this, and you were very, 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 very slow. Let's fix that problem. How many can we do? I think it's 8. Oh, lovely. I just took all the dust out, didn't I? R? Osmium? Yeah, I totally did. Okay, let's try this again. Give me more of the... Oh, I put it here. Okay, there we go. 6, 7, 8. All right. Now, he... what? Hold on. That was weird. Now you go fast. Much better. I like that so much better than everything. All right. I also sped up the smelter too, which is going to go like this. So we're going to get a bunch of those ingots, and then I can go back to these again and continue crafting. Basically, remember, I need a stack of these, and then we can move on to the next step of whatever this is. But I'm not going to make you do every step. We got to make a bunch of these guys, and then we got to make a bunch of these, 4 of these guys, And then we can build our thingamabobber. That is going to be down there. And yeah. Did you get all that? Thingamabobber complete. Also, it's the next morning. So if there's anything inconsistent, I'm sorry. Sleep is necessary. So, another thing that was a little wrong is that my math was off. I don't know. I talked about how many things I needed for these guys, and it was wrong. I was wrong. Zog is tired, and Zog is not masked. Both of those things together, yeah. I'm also sinking very, very, very quick, and I don't like it. But whatever. This is an interesting concept. It's dripping. It was dripping. It's not dripping anymore. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, so what I had to do was actually get... number one, I got this guy, as we mentioned. Okay, I fully built the thingamabobber. And this guy is generating all the heat. It's generating everything it needs to generate. Which is putting the heat into this guy, which is what we need. These guys are powering this guy, so we're not using our actual system for power. But it's going in here, and as you can see, it's generating a decent amount. It's actually full of brine right now, but that's okay. And it's filling up with water, because this guy is an infinite source of water. Can you turn off hover? That's annoying me now. So it's the eternal water block. EvilCraft has that, and it's kind of weird to get. I had to figure this out. Dark block was not a problem, and the glass was not a problem. This guy, however, was an issue. And what I did is my only sunshine. So if you craft one of these bottles and go to one of the altar things that exist in the world, ours, I think we went to here. Oop, too far. I think we went to this guy. This guy has one as well. Now, it says something in the book about if you use it too much, then it'll degrade something. I don't know what happens over time, but it worked this time. And then I got my bottle of sunshine and I brought it back home. And then I crafted it with the two water buckets like this to turn it into this one. And then I was able to make it. It was really cool. It's just a single block, infinite water source. And I have 4 of them because you get 4 with the recipe, which is really cool. I like that. But that's how we're getting the water in here. And as you can see, it's going. I could extract this faster. I just don't know if I need to. Once we get the brine stuff going, I'm going to see if it's actually necessary. And then we'll find out. Because I'm going to speed up all the machines we make. But what's going on now is we actually have the brine being made. So we need to convert that brine. I think we're going to need this guy. And this guy was a bit of a bleh. He was a bit of a bleh. But if we go over here, let's see. Rotary. And then, yeah. So I need to get a couple of those. But that's not all that complicated. This guy, not complicated. And what about you? Also not complicated. Good. So all I need are the osmium. Osmium. So we do that, and then we need 2 of the redstone per, because it's actually double. I'll take those guys. So each one of these requires 20. So we get 2 of them. And that was actually pretty simple to make. I'm glad that was so simple. Because we could use some more simple machines. Do I have enough? I do. Good. We could use some more simple to make machines. But anyway, so we have this guy. I'm going to have to look into power. So I don't have power right away. And I also don't know, is there one side input, one side output? It looks like it probably is. I've just got to figure out which way is what. And maybe rotate. I can rotate with you. Perfect. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Oh. Ooh. I got to figure out how this stuff works, though. Success. So we've gotten, I already showed you this guy. This guy's still working the same way. But what I have here is this little rotary condensator, which is decondensating. These words are so funny. And it's going in, you can see it's kind of slowly going up. And that is actually with no speed upgrades here, but max upgrades here. So it's kind of, it's working pretty good. We're getting a bunch of salt, which is what we need. Because you can kind of see how this is working. The brine's going in the top of this. turning it into gaseous, which is then going into this guy, which is then putting it down to salt, and it's going into one of these little ender chests, which is going directly into our system. So we don't have to worry about piping that salt anywhere else. We can just kind of take it directly from our system, and we're gaining all that we need. Let me put you guys back for now. I actually don't need the plugs anymore. So these guys right here, the advanced, okay, the second tier of these pipes. This is the first one, this is the second one. This one is faster than the highest upgraded energy pipe from pipes. As far as energy goes. I don't know about the other stuff, but as far as energy, yeah. So that's kind of a thing. But that's all right. I was able to get it. It was fine. It's all working. But the highest upgraded energy pipe from pipes couldn't keep up with the energy demand of those two machines. And one of them isn't even fully upgraded. So basically the one machine. And it's just, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But that's okay. That's okay. They're pretty easy to make, and I was hoping it would work. But these guys are not all that difficult to make either, so I can't really complain too much. But anyway, so what I need to do now is actually start taking that salt and putting it into this guy. I got to make the chemical injection chamber, because this guy, let me see. This is how we're going to get our ore, remember? This is the first step. Give me some actual ore. Here we go, copper. So we're going to use the salt down here in the bottom in order to turn our copper into copper shards. So this is step one. We've got to make this guy. Now, apparently I need a bunch more of these, which is actually not too difficult to get. And I do need to make a purification chamber, which requires me to make an enrichment chamber. So I actually need two of these, two more enrichment chambers, because I also need to make another purification chamber. So we make the chemical injection and then the purification. So I actually need two purification chambers. But that's okay. We're going to make both of those. The crusher we already have, and the enrichment chamber we already have, and the smelter we already have. So we should have everything we need after I make two purification chambers and then one chemical injection chamber. No elephants or rhinos were harmed in the making of this ender pouch. Our setup so far is already getting a bit complicated. So let me show you, kind of run you through. You already saw this stuff. We got the gaseous brine. We're getting the salt. It's going into our system. That stuff is now being extracted directly into the side of him as needed. And this guy right here, we have two exporters on our system that are exporting all of our raw resources into a hopper. And it's the reason it's a hopper, not a chest, is because the hopper actually pushes into things, which these machines need. They have to be pushed into, because you can set them to accept items, but they don't actually pull them. There might be a way to change that, but I didn't see it. So right now we're using a hopper, and the hopper's typically going to be fine once we actually burn through all of our resources. Now, this guy, of course, the salt and stuff, it's working. We are gaining salt, but that's only because the machines are working so slowly now. We actually went down when we first started it, and we went all the way down to like 200, and we started at like 1500. It's going to burn through that salt so fast. We're definitely going to have to speed these guys up once we figure out how to speed these guys up. Now, my biggest bottleneck right now is actually flint, because I do have these pots in here, and we even have the Supremium farmland in there, but of course that's going to go slow, and we need 2 of each to make 8 flint, and flint is just, it burns through it so much. It needs like 18 to 20 of them for 1 shard. So that's going to be our biggest slowdown. And I have 2 options. One, I can make a huge amount of these plots, which we don't really have room for. It's Minecraft. I can make room. But I don't know if I want to go that route or if I want to change it out, because we are actually generating oxygen right now that we're not using. Okay. Where's this guy? We're actually dumping the excess oxygen as it is. So if I could bring this over to the area over there, it's probably going to be a better situation. My issue is just that I don't want to interfere. I don't know. I don't want to make it look ugly. So I'm going to have to take the oxygen using a gas pipe and actually go over and down and then all the way around underground in a mostly hidden way and just like wrap it around the area behind walls and stuff. Now this is eventually going to move, but for now I don't want it to because it is our main power source. So I don't know. I'm thinking that's going to be the best option because probably going to be the thing that actually works the best over getting flint, especially how we're getting flint. So I think I'm going to have to break down and do that, at least for now, just until we can see how well this works. Because at the end of the day, I'm probably going to switch to one of the easier methods of getting resources, like productive bees is actually the one I'm considering because I've never done that one before. But at the end of the day, we're also going to have some of those crops that I have above my head. For certain things like nether stars, you can't get nether stars from bees, but you can from, you know, these guys. What are they? What is it? Mystical agriculture. That's the mod. So I'm going to have to go that route at some degree if I want to automate everything, and we're going to. And I may eventually break down and just go to the tried and true methods that I know and love. But I want to at least give a fair shot to everything else, the things I haven't done, like bees and like the Mekanism version, which is ore doubling basically. But at the end of the day, if we have it growing for us, it doesn't matter if we ore double it. So I don't know. I'm going to play with it a little more and see what we can go. I want to optimize it as much as possible so we can sit here and be like, you know what? I did that. I didn't like it, but I did it. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't want to just kind of go halfway with it and be like, oh, I'm done because it's not working well. No, I want to make it work well and then decide not to use it if I don't want to use it. But I'm thinking this is not the right way to go. So I'm going to go grab that oxygen probably, find a gas pipe I can use, which I'm guessing I can use, pipes for. I don't know how fast I can make it transport this gas and if it's fast enough, but we're going to find out. And yeah, I don't know. We'll play with it. All right, so I've got the pipe hooked up, and as you can see, it's actually gaining back. At some point, I had clicked this again, and it started dumping, and I thought it was extracting, but it wasn't. It was just getting rid of it all. So after I realized that, I kind of caught it, but it was pretty low already. So now, as you can see, it is gaining slowly, but it is gaining. But it is indeed piping out into our system down here. So now this is no longer a bottleneck. It's currently able to keep up with everything kind of as it is. Now this guy, of course, he's bottlenecked because you get 8 per 3. And it's, this guy only goes so fast. So our system right now, I need to speed this guy up, which of course is going to take more oxygen. And it's probably going to end up being a thing that we're going to have to speed him up. And then, yeah. But we'll look into that. I'm going to get some speed upgrades for him first. Oh, we could use... Well... I kind of need him to go faster. I mainly need him to go faster. So we're going to go ahead and speed him up. We're going to see what effect that has on the other machinery. And then we'll move on. I only put in 2 speed upgrades to the other guy. And now, as you can see, this guy's running out. So we're going to need some speed upgrades on this guy to support that. And we're going to see we're going to see what we have to do to make this as efficient as possible. But I'll let you know, because I'm probably just going to go around and make speed upgrades for everything that I can. I have the resources for it. I just want to do everything I can to give this a fair shot. And if it's cool, then we'll keep it, because we already have everything. If I can find a place to kind of tuck this away and let it run and process all of my ore as I go and just let it go for a while, then I'm going to do that. And maybe I'll even start up the quarry every once in a while to gain a little bit, like a boost to resources, or maybe get something I can only get from a quarry. I don't know. But I can tell so far we're going to need to use multiple sources of resource gathering, be it the crops or the bees or the mining or whatever. So I don't know, maybe it's worth having all of these things optimized fully. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth doing multiples. I don't know. I do know it still looks ugly, and I do know that we're going to get things fixed up. So don't worry about the look. Try not to anyway. But as you can see above me, I did get this in at least. And it looks pretty cool. I kind of like it. I do. I like it. Well then, look at this guy. He is stocked full of this stuff because I put in a whole batch of upgrades. 256 times. I did not realize it would go that fast. That is insane. That is just crazy. It's able to keep up with our system down here, but I have a feeling once we speed this up, it might not actually keep up all that well. But we're going to go ahead and add in everything we can here. It's only got the 8. There it goes. I think it just drained it all. Did you see that? That's how quickly it drained the tank. This stuff goes really, really quick. I had no idea that the crystallizer used that much energy. Like, I upgraded it all the way to 8, right? And it took all of my energy, even from all of these guys. Like, it was just gone. All of the energy was just done. So I kind of had to remove one. I figured out that if I remove one, it kind of sort of stays at a happy medium with all my generation and outtake. So eventually we're going to have to do that. But I am in the process of making another gas burning generator. I think with that, it'll be able to keep up, but I'm probably going to have to speed some other things up. Extract and upgrade. It'll be able to pull all of the energy out of it as it goes, but we want it to fill up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few more speed upgrades and put it on this guy, and we're going to see how well this guy does with the hydrogen, because we're going to need that for sure. We definitely need the hydrogen to go in there. All right, so I have the maximum upgrade back on the crystallizer that was taking our energy before, and now we're doing good on energy. I know that with these guys fully powered, it's supposed to, according to efficiency, it's supposed to be able to support 6 of them, I think he said. So, I mean, it looks like it's filling them up. It's definitely filling them up quite a bit. So it should be good to go. Because this guy's now maxed out. He has all the speed upgrades. He's only at 7. I thought you were at 8, buddy. Let's get you one more. Never mind. Let's try this again. Now you're full. So now it's going through. This guy's probably going to stock up now because he couldn't. He was like barely keeping up before. Now it looks like he's keeping up. Just like he's like on par. So we're good there. This guy's fully upgraded as well. So these guys are being fully, stocked, and they're generating all the power they need. And this guy's staying stocked up and yada yada yada. So we could definitely support at least 2 more. But efficiency probably right with the 3. We're not going to do that now, but it's good to know that we have the ability to, and we already have these guys upgraded, so that's not a problem. This guy, is he fully upgraded? He is. So we're doing pretty good, actually. We're still keeping up on hydrogen and oxygen. We're okay. We are dumping the excess. No, don't dump it. That was accident. Yeah, so we're just kind of idle now. I don't really want to... So you're the one who stocks up, so we'll dump the excess of you. I guess we'll have to dump excess of both. just do that. Just dump the excess. I don't know if it matters. Like, should we just leave it idle? Like, you're still gaining, so it doesn't actually matter. I guess it's better to do this, even though it turns on and off. As long as we're gaining in both, it's actually saving energy to let it turn itself off every once in a while, right? I'm thinking I'm right on that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking I'm right on that. We're going to let it kind of just... Oh, see, now this one's going down. I was afraid of that. So we do have to dump the excess of oxygen, but we can let it turn itself off with hydrogen. That's okay. We can work with that. At least we're saving a little bit. Anyway. So, yeah, see, this one's fully stocked. This one's getting there. This one's fully stocked. This guy's loading up now. He's going to get basically all of this stuff is zooming on through. This guy is now maxed. Not maxed, but like it'll take a long time to fill this guy up because we're up to, as you can see there in the top, I don't know if you see it in the tooltip, our maximum is 131,000 because we put 2 copper upgrades. So we don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And we may eventually use this. That's why I'm keeping it. There is a situation where I use these. Because you get the HDPE pellets, or you can apparently duplicate it but I'm not interested in that. Although you do get oxygen out, so it might be handy. But these guys here, like the sheets are somewhat useful. It's kind of, I don't know what I would use it for right now, but I can see myself using it in the future. So we're definitely going to be keeping that for now. So at least we're not throwing away something that we could use, for something good. Why is my food running out so quickly? Like, it's all the time running out. I'm not doing anything but running. I know running does, like, waste food, but it feels like it's taking so much away. Like, it's constantly draining me. It's just ridiculous. Anyway. I mean, we're kind of at a happy medium, I think. Like, these guys are processing. I mean, yeah, our salt needs to be increased, but we had an issue with the power as far as that's concerned. And again, we could upgrade it. We could add on some more gas-burning generators. We could throw on another crystallizer to get this guy going faster. And then, put speed upgrades on this guy and yada, yada, yada. I mean, we could do that. I mean, things are processing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need to. I think we're at a point where I have demonstrated I could do it if I want to. I just don't know if I want to. So I'm thinking maybe we kind of stay where we are right now, he says very hesitantly. Because, I mean, I don't know. We're gaining stuff, but we're not gaining it fast. I would rather gain it at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I want to get copper and iron and osmium and whatever other ones I need all simultaneously. And you can do that with growing the crops. And you can do that with the bees, I'm assuming. But you can't do that with this setup unless you do everything that we just did again. And that only opens up one more slot. And takes a crap ton more energy. So I feel like, sure, this is more efficient. We're getting more out of our resources. But at the end of the day, is it really better? But that is about all the time I have for this one. So if you do like the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.